All right. With that, I guess we can go into topic 3, which is
our top 10 songs of
September 2019.
Yes. So mine's ordered. Jacob's isn't.
Yeah, mine's an unordered list.
If you listened last month, Andrew wanted to try out a new concept for doing just our top 10 songs instead of going through everything, because that takes a lot of work and it's just it's a tedious process and one we didn't really have time for. That was a week where we couldn't record though, so he was on his own.
Then it seemed like most people didn't really like it that much anyway.
We always got our least listens on those episodes and stuff.
So we can kind of just give recommendations now, and then you get all the best stuff instead. So and then I'm sure we'll mention it when stuff's ridiculously horrible or funny. Yeah, and like things to mention. Honestly, this month, I assume you're seeing my top 10 on the screen right now. This month was pretty weak in my opinion. My bottom few were kind of like filler. I almost kind of wouldn't have probably put them on in a normal month, but there just wasn't enough. There is 2 caveats I want to mention. There's a high chance that 2 of my favorite songs of the month come out on Monday, because we're recording this on the 27th. Yeah. And both One Us and Purpleback have comebacks on Monday. And I really liked Purpleback's debut. I thought it was a really good girl group debut. And then One Us has put out 2 utterly amazing singles and 2 utterly amazing albums so far this year. So there's a high chance both of those would probably make my list. But obviously we were recording this before they came out, so I couldn't put them on the list. But I'll start from 10, and I just have little talking points a little bit. This will probably be a pretty quick topic, to be honest. I don't have a ton written out. But I started with Love You by Monstax. Like I said, this is one of my filler songs, but this is an English release, and it definitely gives off American pop vibes. I think what made me put it on this list was I absolutely love the minimalism of the instrumentals and the use of silence in the song. Yeah. It's a super simple song, but I think it does its job well. But it's a very American, boy group, radio play song. They're mostly auto-tuned. The lyrics are super simple, but there's enough interesting in the instrumentals for me to put it on there. Yeah. Number 9, I have Dumb Liddy by Card. Terrible title.
Despite the horrible name, I think this is one of their better songs in a while.
Yeah, it's fun. It's definitely better than Bomb Bomb, I think. So
yeah, it's better than Bomb Bomb, and I think I like it better than Ride on the Wind too. Yeah. It's just a straight banger. It has a really catchy hook, it's stuck in your head. And yeah, I think the concept was cool. I think they went too far with it for some of the shots and some of the outfits and makeup to the point where it just goes overboard. Yeah. But overall, I thought the concept was a cool idea, and most of it looked really good. Yeah. It was definitely a lower budget. I don't want to say it was lower budget. It seemed like they blew everything on outfits and makeup. Yeah. And then the sets, it were just very basic.
Yeah, they're just black.
Yeah, exactly. It's just
dark.
There's just a dark room. There wasn't much to it. Yeah. But yeah, I was ready to hate the song based on the name alone. Yeah. Because the name is so bad. But I was surprised, and that might have helped it because it probably lowered my expectations a lot. Next, number 8, I have Sonamu's We Are Legendary. So this is an OST for a video game that just came out. And if you notice that Sonamu only has 4 members, we're going to talk about that more in the next topic. So if you're watching these topic by topic, wait for tomorrow. But we'll talk about that more later. But I think this song's pretty standard EDM banger song. But I think Sonamu always did that really well. Yeah. And I'm happy for them to be back. kinda back, I guess. They're partially back. Because one, it's not a real comeback. It's an OST for a game, and two, the whole group's not here. But I'm just happy they're putting out something. And yeah, this type of hype song, I think they do really well, and they've been gone for so long. I had to put it on my list. It's the first thing we've gotten from them in like a year and a half.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely check it out if you enjoy Sonamu. Number 7, I have Growing Up by Minsaw. Amazing ballad from one of my favorite new soloists. This was released for Mystic Listen project. Yeah, if you know who Minsaw is, you probably heard the song, you probably love it. If you really like female solo ballads, check her out. She puts out some really good ballads, and then she puts out some really good like big band, like just like unique stuff, like stuff that like IU puts out and no one else puts out. So I would say if you're a fan of IU, you probably would enjoy her type of music.
Yeah, I'd say IU is probably the old IU is probably the the closest comparison I'd say to Minsaw.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No. I
feel like I'm just jamming through my list, so there's not much. I'm not leaving you room to talk, so if you have anything, let me know.
No, it's because I also have the song on the list, so that's why I'm just like, never mind.
Yeah, you can save it for... Yep. Yeah, that'll happen for probably half of our lists are probably the same.
Yep.
Speaking of, the next song is Workaholic by Bulpagon. So actually, you reviewed this already.
Yep,
I did not. I was not on that episode. So
Baron liked this song way more than I thought he would.
Yep. So I was like, they took the Bulpagon formula and twisted it a little.
Yep.
It's a little more like intense and funky than their usual like acoustic pop and ballad tracks.
What I said was it's almost like they went more mature and it sounds almost like a Sunmi song or something.
Yeah. Yep. It's like Bulpagon mixed with Sunmi. And yeah, I really like this because it contains hints of their usual style. So it can still be loved by their fans, but it'll bring in new fans like Baron who didn't really dig their old style enough.
Yeah.
I think it's like a really nice way to bring new fans in while appeasing the old fans.
Yeah.
And I think Jiyoung's voice fits this style really well too.
Yep.
So overall, it was definitely amazing, and I was surprised it ended up at 6 on my list because it was up there. But then stuff just kept coming out, and I was like, "This." So that's like the weird part. This month has amazingly high highs, but the rest of it was just like there weren't a lot of releases, and two, the rest of them just were like pretty okay.
Yeah.
Like, it blew me away that Laboom didn't make my list, but, like, I love Laboom. I'm, like, one of their biggest fans. I kickstarted the song, or whatever, but it fell a little flat for me, I guess.
Okay.
I do like I like the song.
Conflicted.
I like the song. I don't love the song. There's a lot of I have a lot of issues with the song. I think they're going in the wrong direction, and they're going downhill. So that's, like, part of it. I think, like, their past 3 releases, so we're getting into Laboom, which isn't even on my list, but I guess I'll save it for when, because they are on the list. Spoilers are on Jacob's list. I'll save it for when he gets to
the past 3 releases are going the wrong direction?
Well, I'll save it.
Between Us is so good.
No, that's I'll get to it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it's bad. But we'll go back to my list. I'll save that for when Jacob brings them up. Next, number 5, I have Quit by FT Island. This reminds me a lot of Wind, which was one of their, like, maybe a year ago or a year and a half ago. Maybe it's not even that old. It's one of the more recent songs. It's like super epic, sentimental song. I love Honky's voice. I always have. And it definitely gives off a feeling of, like, frustration, fitting the name of the song. And I assume part of the inspiration for the song has to do with the whole burning mocha situation and feeling betrayed by their bandmate and their friend. I don't know if that's actually what the lyrics are saying, but it's definitely the vibe I got and the feeling Honky expressed it's a feeling Honky's expressed before on like social media and stuff, and I think the song gives off a similar vibe. But yeah, if you really like really epic, sentimental rock songs, FT Island's amazing, and the song was really good. Number 4, I have How Can I Love the Heartbreak, You're the One I Love, which is a ridiculously long title in English, by Akmu. And this is an utterly amazing ballad. I think it's their first comeback since the brother got back from the army.
Yep.
And it's one of the most beautiful ballads I've heard in a really long time. I love the contrast of their voices.
Yeah.
Definitely check it out.
I considered putting it on my list, but I had only listened to it like once, so that's why I left it off.
I know I haven't listened to the album yet, but Discord, a lot of people on Discord were saying it has a chance like album of the year, like it's that good. So
yeah, I definitely need to check it out.
We didn't review it, but we'll definitely have to check it out for our awards at the end of the year.
Yep.
Number 3, I Feel Special by Twice. No surprise. Talked about it just last topic with the review, but I think it's a nice evolution on Fancy with some house beats mixed in, good synths. The music video is beautiful and it's in 4K. The lyrics got me to tear up. But yeah, check out our review for more thoughts. Number 2, I have a song you reviewed but I didn't, which is Devil by CLC.
Oh, good.
And I have listened to this song so much. This feels like so I have more detailed thoughts since I didn't get to review it. This feels like an evolution of their original song sound back from their debut, like Pepe, which I absolutely love. I think this is one of their best releases they've ever put out, and I really like the Hobgoblin Black Dress style. But I would love if they kept at this type of song.
They need to keep doing this. Straight up. It's so good.
It's so good. It's amazingly produced. They sing it really well. The choreography is great and memorable. The song is just amazing. It's catchy. It's one of the best songs of the year, in my opinion. Like, I was blown away by this release. And it didn't even make number 1, but it was very close. I had my alt bias knocked it off the list, but it was very close to being number 1. But then, number 1 I gave to Deja Vu by Dreamcatcher. I think it's their best single since You and I love Dreamcatcher. Everyone knows, if you listen to the podcast, you know that. They're my ultimate group right now. And I think this is classic Dreamcatcher formula with a nice ballad intro that throws you off. Nice MV, great sets, good storyline. Another song we just reviewed, so if you want more detailed thoughts, check out our review from the first topic of this episode. So that's my top 10.
All right. I guess moving on to mine. Mine's unordered, by the way, because I didn't really know how I'd place everything, so I kind of just... These are the 10 songs that kind of interested me the most.
Out to you.
So starting out, we have... a lot of these are already talked about in the podcast in past episodes, but... So, yeah, Workaholic and 25. I wrote 25 on there. That's actually the name of the album. I meant 25.
Yeah.
So Workaholic, yeah, like I said, it's kind of like almost like Bullpugan doing Sunmi kind of style, which I really like. I think it works really well. I did warn in my review of it that I don't want them to lean into the electronic sound too much. Yeah, I think that
the acoustic sound is like their signature.
Yeah, it could cause them to lose sight of what makes them fresh to me. So, yeah, I do really like this. I don't want them to get too far in the weeds, I guess, of that, though. Pretty much similar comments for 25 or 25. And that song in particular, I really like the Jiyoung's vocals. I thought they were really nice. Next, just talked about it. CLC's Devil. It's so good. I've been playing it a ton since it came out. A lot of it was just through like in my car, watching the music video, etc., etc. I was telling Nate before the podcast that like I play it like whenever I'm in the car. And one of my roommates really likes the song. He's like, "What's that song? Keep playing in the car." And then so I sent the link to him and he likes it. So there's that. Also, I Use 23. He also asked for the link to that as well.
Good.
So that was kind of cool.
Another great song.
Yes. Up next, again, 2 more songs that we just talked about. Deja Vu by Dreamcatcher. I think this is one of their best songs in a while. I think it's way better than Petey, which is a good song, but I think it's definitely their weakest title track, going into what I think is one of the strongest in a long time. Really good, great vocals, really good use of, I don't know, going from quiet to super loud and in your face. I really like that kind of stuff. So yeah, check out Deja Vu. Check out our review of the Rate of Dream album. It's in this episode. But if you're only watching this topic, go back and listen to that from early in the week. Next up is Feel Special by Twice, which, again, we reviewed in this episode, so go check out the review if you're not listening to the full thing.
Who would have thought all the songs we decided to review are the songs we like the most?
Yeah, who would have thought? But yeah, this, I think, is a step in the right direction for Twice. Like I said, it's kind of... I feel like this is finally their like Run Devil Run moment where they kind of embrace more of an edgy style, I guess, in general. Yeah, I think this is definitely a step in the right direction for me. I really like it. The MV was really awesome. I think it kind of marks a change in Twice's like music style from now on. The whole album. So yeah, check out a review of that. The album's awesome. Yep. Listen to the album. Even the B-sides are awesome.
Yep.
So next is one that I guess seems kind of controversial, is Jessica's new single "Call Me Before You Sleep," which is featuring Giddy Boy and produced by Chacha Malone. I know Sam said she really did not like it. She said it was like straight up just said it was bad.
Yeah, I know Baron said he didn't like it either. So.
I thought it was pretty good. It's just a nice, chill, like hip hop pop song. I thought it was nice. I know Jakari did really like it, so I guess maybe it's just kind of divisive, I guess. I don't think a lot of people are going to pay attention to it anyways, to be honest, because it's kind of a low-key release. It's just a single, and it's not an album or anything.
Does it even have a music video?
I mean, it does, but it's not really a music video. It's just like them in the studio singing the song, basically.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's one of those, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good release. I think it's definitely a step up from Summer Storm, which was your last single.
Yeah.
Like Summer Storm wasn't bad, it just wasn't that special. Yeah. I think this is a lot more interesting than that song was. So
yeah. I think the problem is she just keeps doing the same type of stuff.
Yep.
And like she sound like all of her releases since she left SNSD all sound very similar.
Honestly, I think like Fly and Wonderland, both of those albums were really good. And then Summer Storm was just kind of, or the album Summer Storm was on, I think it was My 10 Years or something like that. My Decade. I don't remember, yeah. My Decade, like I think it's called. That one wasn't as great, although I think that one also had the terrible fate of being released alongside Holiday Night.
Yes.
Like, so there's that also. Which had a lot more money behind it. Also, and yeah, that's what I'll say. Anyways, I like seeing Jessica work with like Chacha Malone and like different producers. I hope she continues to do that. But I want to see more variation in song type, I guess.
Yeah,
I definitely agree with you there. So yeah, overall, I think this is a solid release. I hope she continues to put out music, but I want to see more, I guess, in the future. All right, so next up, we have one that Nate also already talked about, which is Growing Up by Minsaw, which I thought was a really, really great ballad. Yeah, like we said before, like she's kind of like old school IU, I think, and she has a really, really nice singing voice. All of her songs are amazing, and yeah, I wanna see her come out with an album. Yeah, because I would definitely listen to that.
Single album so far.
I'm pretty sure she doesn't even have a mini. So,
no, it's all single albums.
Yeah, I'm awaiting her to come out with a full release. Yeah, so coming up next, we have Laboom with their new... I haven't actually listened to the whole album, but I've only listened to Firework a few times.
The album's...
I heard the album's not very good.
It was disappointing.
About it.
I don't hate it. It's fine. It's not up to snuff, in my opinion. Okay. You can definitely tell it's a make start album. Like, the production quality is very low.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's weird because their vocals just aren't at the level that they usually are. Like, Laboom has really good vocals, but for some reason on this album they're just not at the level that they should be. As for the single, I guess I'll talk about what I don't like about it, and then you can talk about what you do. So like, for my same as the album, I feel like their vocals just aren't up to stuff in the song. And what I was saying before is, it's like they feel like they're on a downward trajectory since they switched concepts. I love Between Us.
It's their best song, in my opinion. I just really love Between Us.
Between Us, no, like
I love Wee, but like Between Us is so good. Like,
Between Us is really good. Song. I think it's a little bit below Wee. I think Wee is like one of the best girl group songs ever made.
Yeah.
But I was okay with the switch to Between Us. Like, I thought Between Us was amazing. I thought they did it really well. But then Turn It On was like a step down from that.
Yeah,
and
I think
this is. And then I think this is a much bigger step down from even Turn It On. So like,
I disagree with that.
I don't hate it, but it's just it just feels less inspired. It feels more generic. It feels like their vocals aren't where they should be and where they usually are. I don't know if they're just like not in great condition right now, or what happened. Maybe it was the direction of this like director of the song just wanted them to sing in a certain way, and it's just like, I was just a little disappointed for most, like, overall. I think part of it is I get really hyped for Laboom because I love them and they're one of my favorite groups, and like I just got too hyped, I guess. So I was let down. But I think it's fine. I don't hate it. Like, most of the people on Discord were like really against it. There are a couple songs I liked in the album.
This particular song they didn't like?
I think, yeah. I mean, they didn't like the whole album, but I think they were pretty mad on this song.
Okay.
I really like ZN solo, actually, which was surprising because she's not one of the main vocalists. Because the album is actually only 3 group tracks, and then there's a solo for each of them. So that's another thing, is like they cheaped out on the album by doing that, like BS where they couldn't even produce a bunch of group tracks.
Yeah.
But it is nice because they did help produce all of them, except Hayen's song for some reason. But all the other 4 helped produce their solo song. So that was cool. So what did you like about it?
I don't know. I just enjoy the song. I thought it was a good pop song, to be honest. Like, I liked it more than Turn It On. It's a fun dance track, and it doesn't have to be like a super catchy hook or whatever. I don't know. I thought the production on this was pretty good. I didn't really notice that the vocals were less than normal on this particular track.
Yeah, it's a lot more noticeable on the album.
On the album tracks?
Yeah, the album tracks.
Okay, yeah. I'll have to listen to that. Because overall, I do really like this song, and I think the MV was pretty nice for being kind of low budget.
Yeah, I think you might like the album more than a lot of people. Like I said, there were some songs I did like a lot on the album, but overall, I was just disappointed. I guess my expectations were too high. I think is the main issue for me.
Like, I don't think this is nearly as good as Between Us. Like, that's honestly like...
No, yeah.
When did that come out? 2018?
2018.
Yeah, like, that's like close to being... That's definitely in my top 5 songs of 2018, I think. Like, that song is so good. Like, would this be in my top songs 2019? Probably not, but I thought it was a strong release as far as this single goes. Jury's still out on the album, I guess. I'll listen to that later. Up next, we have... this was one I actually found just by listening to songs on the list.
is Miro by Hoodie. And I don't know, I think it's just, as usual, Hoodie, like her vocals are really nice, and she's got like kind of this I don't know how to explain it, like she's just kind of got a nice, like, unique vibe, I guess, to her music. It's like it's got the hip-hop and R&B sort of influence, but it's still also like electronic and pop. It's you'll have to listen to the song. It's really nice. It's a really nice song, and her vocals are super smooth, as usual. Like she's probably like my favorite artist at AOMG, I'd say, and I think Andrew would probably agree with me. So yes, definitely recommend listening to Miro. And then lastly, we have Quangina with her song 6:35 p.m. This I don't have a ton of comments on, but I put this on the list because this is a really good ballad, and she's got kind of a understated sort of thing. Like, it's very low vibe, I guess I'd call it. It's very like relaxing ballad, and I guess all I can say is you gotta listen to it. I guess it's really awesome vocals, super slow but really good.
Yeah, just a really good ballad to check out if you're into that.
Yep. So those are my 10 songs.
Yep. So yeah, that's our top 10 songs of September 2019 in K-pop. So let us know what yours are, and let us know what your thoughts are on the new like format, and just like what you guys think of that over doing a whole episode going through a bajillion songs. Because it seemed to us that this might be a better choice, but we definitely want your feedback